As we come into the sacral ranges, dropping in through the hips, as we begin to channel the Hoya beneath the sacral, clearing to the root of the Hoya, and feeling this blockage through the crown, the Haeven. Large amounts of resistance here. Feels like moving through a big pocket of energetic density. And also this density feels a bit like a wasteland of the Horokoshai. We're aware that beyond it there is a connection to be made here, and yet in this moment, in this passage, Ahoya Chahana Achai, the horrific Bakashai, it's almost a horrific recall of the separation mechanics that we have walked through, Chahoshai, that we are currently within to release, Chokoshai, that we are currently in the release of these separation fields. Ahoya the Hai Chahoya Cha Achashiki. And this is being experienced through the feminine ranges here. Okay. Through the nervous system and the lower solar plexus ranges. Bracketing or on the boundary lines of this energetic womb space here in the feminine. So it's as if the feminine creational space is feeling this approach or this it's a bit too close for comfort, encroachment on the field. Okay, there's a clearing through the nasal passages with this. Okay. Because it does feel like there is a resurgence of these separation waves, and yet these particular feminine tones, these source blueprints, have already been put through the paces of this. So there's the way it's coming through is a sense of like impending retaliation, being a bit on edge, as if I'm waiting for something to happen. I can feel something bad is going to happen. I'm anticipating something bad happening here. Koshai chahoya choi. It is this wave front. Okay, and yet your energetic field has this almost like a break wall, here. So we're feeling into this wave and yet not being affected by it energetically, although there is a familiarity, there is a remembrance, we can feel it almost into the tissues, heading into it. So let's turn to face this wave. There's fear that comes up through the heart here. Knowing you have already walked through these separation ranges here. You have gathered the information, you've gathered the codes. And so where there is still a sense of fear, recognizing this is really fear of stepping into your own power. Fear. But through the human, it's more this unawareness that you are in your power. And so there's a fear that I've been here before. It never changed. It never worked. What would trying again this time bring? Good. There's a big release through the solar plexus here. The high, being unable to identify that you have actually walked through the Hoya Sha'i, the Hasha, this in the past. Chotokoshai. Yeah, there's this is affecting into the nerves here. Tarokoshai, a bit of this almost pricking, like these prickly shocks, takashai, in through the feminine. So let's bring your source light here to stabilize and release these points. They're like trigger points, chakoshai, sensitive points, points of sensitivity. Through the human, through the tissues. Stabilizing through your union. Good, let's open through the root now. Tao o. Releasing through the backside of the root, where the separation mechanics had been almost infused. Well, they're a product of hybridization. Chakoshai, chaya, tokoshai, chahoya. Inserted at these points of the joins. Oh gosh, wow, feeling that at the base of the solar plexus here. Opening up to this calming wave here. Interesting that we were resisting our own fire. Terrified of this. Terrified of this potency. Terrified of this truth. And yet rightly so, Nahoya Daki. Because this is truth that has been used for destructive purposes in past renderings. Where the field feels completely lost and confused. Good. Allowing the tears here, clearing through the base of the brain and the top of the heart. Yes. So, dokoshai, choya, choshai. I'm not entirely sure how to refer to this. There is it's an energy of resurfacing, chokoshai, choya, chahaya. But what this feels like is that we are hitting into these pockets of, it's like looking at the past of all that has been walked through and seeing from this removed perspective now, and yet seeing what you have been through and actually what the emotions and the energy of the experience that was held, it was kept subconscious because of how intense and horrific it was. Even though we know we've been through things we've really struggled with, the full effect of that energy was not fully released or fully able to be experienced in the moment. Thank goodness, because as we're looking back now and we're reliving or replaying those experiences, we see the horror, we feel the horror of those separation energies. Tokoshai, chakaya, those moments trying to interact and feeling the separation, feeling the mismatch, feeling the miscommunication, chokoshai, and yet having to still sit within it, chatokoshai, chokoya. So really, I don't know that I would call this a walk-in experience, but there is absolutely an expansion of the soul light that is occurring here. And with that, what was previously held or kept beneath the conscious level is being released as a result. And to feel, so we're feeling the waves of that releasing in the body, through the body. It's triggering a lot of, we may not be experiencing it like it is a memory, but these waves of emotion and grief and sadness and pain, chotokoshai, chahoya, all related to these fields of separation. So let's open through the crown, bringing in the light of central core. Yeah, we step in here to recalibrate the fields. Feel this through the horizontal ranges of your heart space, the brainstem, and the base of the root here through the backside. Balancing. Okay, stabilizing through this geometry here. And then releasing the tension through the upper sacral, right at the base of the belly button there. Good. This is where the harvesting was occurring, through the sacral. Good. Good. Pull out and release from there. Good. Calming and recentering. As it is so.